Now if you're wanting to improve your attack angle, one of the ways that you can practice this is by creating for yourself a little door wedge. Now this is a 10-degree angle and it's 5 inches long. Now in terms of attack angles, you'd never want to be 10 degrees down or 10 degrees up. So the reason for the extreme angle is because quite often we have to make an over-exaggerated awareness feel to actually have a slight improvement or a slight change in the actual main shot. So I've played around with different angles, and I've found 10 degrees with my players tends to be the one that really gets the best results when we take it away and we look at the change. So the way to practice this is to start with a wedge and no ball, and you're looking at spending a number of weeks developing this, particularly if you're a golfer who with their irons has a very shallow angle of attack. A golfer who doesn't really hit down on the ball quite so well as they need to would find this initially quite intimidating, but after a while you'll start to experiment and discover ways in which to promote this downward attack. And one of the key features that you'll find as you do this is that you'll find in order to keep the club head high enough, the arms and the hands will have to move more forward through the strike. If you're a golfer who has a slight shallow angle of attack, you'll be dropping the club head quite early in the downswing with your arms hanging back a fair amount. So this wedge will encourage you to avoid that and will give you great feedback if you do release it early, because you'll obviously knock the back of it. There's not really much danger to yourself or the club, because you're doing it very, very soft, slow swings to start with. So all of this is all about just recreating a different movement pattern. So you'll find that the hands will have to be leading forward. The upper body will be a lot more over the ball, above the ball through impact. And you'll find that your hands and arms will have to go forward a lot more after you hit the ball. So this will create a nice low point and a slightly extended low point through impact, which are good features to creating good spin loft and nice compression of the ball. So to start off with, you might want to start from impact and really work backwards. So starting with sort of slow, sort of little bump shots first of all, trying to get the feeling of the hands really moving forward across the body with the arms, as opposed to them kind of releasing back here. Always use a spot. If you're practicing this at home, use a little T-peg, pop that in the ground, because you need to keep it very, very real. And then once you feel comfortable with that, then gradually over time just extend it a little bit more again. The emphasis will be placed upon you really feeling your arms moving forward through the point of impact. So start with wedges first, and then when you feel a little bit more confident about doing it, then start to do sort of slow pitch shots. So you can again start from impact, build it up, and then work back from there. Start to do sort of half swings, 3/4 swings, and then if you're brave enough to start to encourage the full swing into the action. Now, the same holds true for the driver. So for the driver, we switch it around. Again, we leave a little gap, nice high T-peg, and ball position can stay on the left heel. But what this will really help you to do is to really understand just what kind of angle that you need to be at to hit up on the ball. Like I said, this is a 10-degree angle. We're looking for about a 5-degree upward attack angle for a general ball striker. So what it'll help you to do is to really appreciate the height of the left side in the downswing, creating a little bit more of a secondary axis and getting the left side to kind of lift up through the shot, so you get the low point much more in the center of the body, so that you're rising up into the shot. Now, one thing to stress when we practice this is that when we're trying to hit on the up with the driver, that we can cheat by allowing our hands to release the club upwards. Now, this is not very productive or efficient, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a low spin loft with a driver. So we hit up on the ball, which is the one vector. That's what we're working on here, the attack angle. And then we want to make sure that we're working on keeping the dynamic loft pretty low. So we're trying to bring the spin loft nice and close together. There's a video that I've done explaining spin loft on that, so you might want to check it out on my YouTube channel. So we're trying to, again, get the sensation of sweeping it up. So again, hands nice and forward through the shot to keep that loft down. Left side sort of coming up. Almost think about your body working, the left side working perpendicular to the block of wood as you come through the shot there, and just practice just sweeping up. And then again, over time, you can pop a ball on a nice high tee peg, use an old club, or if you're brave enough, your own, and really just work on getting that sensation through the shot of that left side lifting up, the hands and the club going forward in the shot. Again, I must stress that we're exaggerating the practice in order to make a difference when it comes to the actual striking of the ball. So on the left heel, the low point with the driver being somewhere center, and then just getting the feeling of that left side coming up through the shot, so that you create the angle of attack more through the movement of the of your side bend, of your pelvis tilt and shoulder tilt, as opposed to through leaning back and trying to release the hands up. So again, build this up over time as an exercise. Don't be in a rush. Better to give your brain time to learn the movement pattern, and then really do sort of lots of soft chips through the shot. But mix it up with the irons and the woods, so that you get used to playing around with the different positions of your body, and then that should have an impact on your attack angle.